Oh, welcome back everyone. Today we'll continue our lecture from Article 26. We have completed up to Article 25. So, right to freedom of religion. Every person who has a faith in the religion shall have the freedom to profess, practice, and protect his or her religion according to his or her convictions. Every religion denomination shall have the right to operate and protect his religious sites and religious good things that is trust. Provided you can read the condition from here, no person shall in exercise to the right of confront with with this article do or cause to be done any act which may be contradictory to the public health, decency, or morality, or breach of public peace, or convert another person from one religion to another, or any act of conduct that may jeopardize the other persons, or such act shall be punishable by the law. So the 27th articles talks about the right to the information. Every citizen shall have the right to demand and receive the information from any matter to his or her interest or public interest, provided that no one shall be compelled to provide the information or any matter for his confidentially must be maintained in accordance with the law. Third is the right to privacy. The privacy of any person, his or her residence, property, documents, data, confidence, correspondence, and matters relating to his or her character shall, except in accordance with the laws, to be inviolable. Article 29 talks about the right to the exploitations. Every person shall have a right against the exploitations. No person shall have exploited in any manner or on the ground of religion, on the ground of traditions, usage, practice, or any other grounds. No one shall be subjected to trafficking, or nor shall be held in slavery or servant servitude. So no one shall be forced against his or her will. No one shall be forced to work against his or her will, provided that nothing shall be deemed to prevent the making of the law empowering the state to require the citizen to perform a compulsory service for the public's purpose. Fifth is the act of contrary to the clause 3 and 4 shall be punishable by the law, and the victim shall have the right to obtain the compensation from the perpetrators in according to the law. Article 30 talks about the right to clean environment. Every citizen shall have a right to live in a clean and healthy environment. The victim shall have the right to obtain the compensation in accordance with the law for any injuries caused by the natural pollution or degradations. In these articles shall not be deemed to prevent the making of necessary legal provision, or for making the balance between the environment and development in making development work for the nations. So the Article 31 talks about right relating to the education. This is very important. Everyone should understand. Every citizen shall have a right to access the basic education. Every citizen shall have a right to get a compulsory education and free education up to the basic level and free education up to the secondary level from the state. The citizen shall have with a disability and economically indigent citizens shall have right to get free education for higher education in accordance with the law. The visual impaired citizens shall have the right to get the free education through the braille script, and the citizens will be hearing or speaking impairment to get the free education through the sign language in accordance with the law. Fifth, every Nepalese community residing in the Nepal shall have the right to get education in their mother tongue, and for that purpose to open and operate the education and educational institutes in accordance with the law. Article 32 talks about the right to the language and culture. Every person and community shall have a right to use their language. Every person has a community shall have the right to participate in their cultural life for their to their communities. Every Nepalese citizens shall have every Nepalese community residing in Nepal shall have right to preserve and promote their language, script, cultural civilization and heritage. Article 33 talks about right to employment. Every citizen shall have right to employment. The terms and the condition of employment and unemployment benefits shall be provided by the federal law. Every citizen shall have right to choose the employment. So Article 34 next is Article 34 which talks about the right to labor. Every laborer shall have the right to practice appropriate labor. There is explanation of appropriate labor. For the purpose of this article, laborer means the laborer or the worker who does physical or mental work for the employer in consideration of remunerations. Every laborer shall have right to appropriate remunerations, facilities, and contributory social security. Every laborer shall have right to form and join the trade union and to engage the collective bargaining in the accordance with the law. So Article 35 talks about right to relating the health. Every citizen shall have to free basic health services from the states, and no one shall have deprived emergency in the health service. This is very important. Every person shall have a right to get information about his or her medical treatments. Every citizen shall have equal access to the health service. Every citizen shall have a right to access to clean drinking water and sanitations. So the next one is Article 36, which talks about the right relating to the food. Every citizen shall have a right relating to the food. Every citizen shall have a right to be safe from the state of being in a danger of life from the scarcity of the food. Every citizen shall have a right to food sovereignty in the accordance with the law. So Article 37, next one is Article 37, which talks about right to housing. Every citizen has have the right to have appropriate house. No citizen shall be in effect infected from the residence owned by him or her, or shall or his or her residence be infringed except in the accordance with the law. Next, the Article 38 talks about rights of the woman. Every woman shall have equal rights or lineage rights without gender-based discrimination. Every woman shall have the rights to safe motherhood and reproductive health. No woman shall be subjected to the physical, mental, or sexual, psychological, or any other form of violence or exploitation on the ground of religion, social, cultural, tradition, practice, or on any other grounds. Such acts shall be punishable by the law, and victims shall have the right to obtain the compensation and in accordance with the law. Fourth is the point talks about the women shall have the right to participate in all bodies of the state on the basis of principal and proportional inclusions. Okay, women shall have the rights to obtain the special opportunities in the education, health opportunities, and social securities on the basis of positive discriminations. So the spouse shall have the equal rights to the property and the family affair. This is very important. So the next is Article 39, which talks about right to the child. Every child have the right to name and birth registrations along with his or her identity. Every citizen shall have a right to education, health, maintenance, proper care, sport, entertainments, and overall personality development from the families and states. Every child have a right to elementary education's development and child participations. No child shall have been employed to the work in any factory, mine, or engaged in any similar or hazardous work. No child shall have subjected to the child marriage, transport, illegal, abducted, kidnapped, or taken in a hostage. No child shall have recruited or used in the army, police, or any armed group, or subjected to in the names of culture religious tradition, abuse, and exclusive or physical, mental, sexual, or other form of exploitations or improper use by any means or any other manners. No child shall have subjected to the physical, mental, or any other form torture in the home, school, or any other situation whatsoever. Every child should have a right to juvenile friendly justice. The child who is helpless, orphan, and disabilities, conflict victims, displaced, or vulnerable shall have the right to a special protection facilities from the state. In any act contradictory to the clause 4, 5, 6, and 7 shall be punishable by the law, and the child who is the victim, such act shall have the right to obtain the compensation from the prisoner and the accordance to the law. So we'll discuss more. There are four rights. So we'll discuss in the next section. Thank you.